Hey, what's up guys, I'm Pugal here, and this is a follow-up video of iOS/iPadOS. So these are the follow-up video as I just done a top useful features of iOS 15 which is pretty useful for a user. So I'll just link it down in the description. If you want to check it out, go ahead and check it out. So today's thing, what is it? What are we going to talk? So you'll just know, like, reading the description or title or watching my thumbnail, so you'll just already know, or you can just guess what am I going to talk. So as I mentioned, this is a follow-up video, so if you want that top useful features, so if you want to know what feature or which feature is pretty useful as a user for me, as I mentioned, go ahead and check it out. And this is just a follow-up video. So let's start with the FaceTime. So in this world of pandemic, COVID-19 is going on, the vaccination and testings, there's a bunch of different things are going on, but we are just connected through the internet while just doing some Zoom meetings, Google Meets, WebEx meetings or like that, and also FaceTime. So this, I'll just like to start with the FaceTime. So FaceTime is actually a pretty useful thing. It's a source that just not this source, it's just the source to interact and connect with the people. So it's kind of a way like the Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx and more. So Apple just added more features to this Zoom meeting, and Android users, you will just think that, wow, thanks Apple. So we will talk about it on the way, so stay until the end. So it will be a fun video, so let's get started. Now let's start with the spatial audio. So this is the new feature. So all of these that we are going to talk about are features, so there's no new hardware or something like that, only the features. And spatial audio, so spatial audio means this kind of feature that it will just show the first person who are just speaking at the center, and the audio from it will be like speaking to the real person in front of you. So it just makes some of the tweaks in the audio. When producing the audio, the quality will be much better especially. So yeah, that is the main thing about the spatial audio. And portrait mode, so as a Zoom user or as a Google Meet user, you'll probably know what is a portrait means. So it'll just blur down like right up here, so it's just blurred out and just focusing on me, right? So that is how also the portrait mode on the FaceTime app will also work. So this is not a huge deal, but it is pretty useful to avoid the background movements or something like that. So I love it. And after that, grid view. So grid view means you can just see all of the people, all the participants on the same screen with the grid view, which is actually, I like it, but why they didn't do on the iOS 14, 13 like that, so I just don't know, but improvement is welcome. So Apple, thanks for that. So I'm just really thanking Apple on the last video and on this video. I just don't know why, but it just happens. And mic modes, so there's some of the 3 main mic modes where you can just choose while just FaceTiming with your parents, with your customers, or I just don't know, but it depends what are you going to use it for, so it just depends on you. But if you are just using this feature called mic modes, have 3 options. So first is standard. Standard means, as you may know on this name, so standard means the default audio option, so it just adds the background noises and your noise, so it's just this default option. And after that, voice isolation, which means it will just remove the background, which will just filter the background noise from your audio, so to produce the good vocals while just hearing the background noises like shh, like that. So it is pretty useful if you're just attending a meeting or something important. So it's pretty useful for you guys and for a regular user. So yeah, actually it's great. So finally, wide spectrum, which means it won't filter the background noise, just mix up all of this and just gives a smooth I'll just don't know, but it will just move and remove some of the terrible noises and just keep the background noises. Like if you want to listen a song while just speaking, so if you are a teacher, like the students are bored to just listen to you, so you'll just want to entertain them with the background music, so it's pretty useful. So just focus on you and the background music, not the background interruptions, background noises like that. So yeah, teachers, it will be useful for you. The final and most impressed feature is share play. So share play means you can just share screen, like present screen on the Google Meet and also the Zoom. So it's pretty useful to compare it. So if you're heading to Zoom, oh, why I'm just using an iPhone, so why do I need to download a Google Meet, a third-party app? So specifically I'll just say third-party app. So you can just use FaceTime, and you'll probably think, how about the Android users? How about the Windows users? They can't use FaceTime because they are not using the iOS or iPadOS, any other Apple softwares. So yeah, that's a pretty logic question and a interesting question. So yeah, I'll just answer it. So now the iOS 15 has a new feature that called as create link. So when you just open the FaceTime, just show create link, and all you need to do is just tap it and share the link to another person. You can just set the time when the meeting is going to start. You can just name the meeting and just share to anyone. So like anyone. So don't worry about, oh, my brother is using Android, how am I going to create link and send to him? It won't work, right? Because Apple didn't develop any apps to it. Yeah, that is actually a logic question, as you may ask me. But iOS 15 now supports, it just opens FaceTime on the web browser who are using Android or Windows like that. And yeah, I love it. But when they're advertising it, or when they're just showing that this feature is also available on Android, look at the bezels. Like, what? Apple, are you just telling that look at our phone, like thin bezels with just a notch, so a bigger screen, and look at this Android has big bezels, ugly bezels, and with a seat here cut out. Yeah, it's just Apple's great. Like, why? I'll just know, but Apple, so it just does right. Pretty bad. The maps, the navigation app. So Apple added a couple of features. So yeah, I'm just talking about, yeah, this app added more features like that, so just don't be angry. So stay until the end, as I mentioned, so it will be a fun video. And the new CD experience on the Maps application for this optional countries. So I hope all the countries will just have this kind of a feature, so you can now just view, like for an example, US, so you can now just view 3D shaped structures or the roads. It will be like a real life experience, so it just looks like an augmented reality experience. So on the Maps application, so it does not depend on night or day, so it just show it if it is night, so it just turns out like a preview, like a dark mode, and if it is a day, so just like a undark mode. Yeah, so it will just bright, and the 3D structures, it's so great. I love it, and it is a new approach to Apple, and Apple, a great job. You just done a great job on it. I really love it. And after that, new driving feature like a street level perspective, bikes lanes to avoid complex interchanges on the road. So yeah, I really love it. And after that, has a immersive walking instructions, so you can just see step by step on the augmented reality experience. So me personally, I like it, but there is a downside while just using this feature, immersive walking instructions. So what is the downside? So it is using GPS, which will drain out a lot of battery, and it is also using the camera app. So just don't worry about the battery life, just dies in about 1 hour. I'll just don't know, but it just drains out a lot of battery while just using the GPS. So yeah, Apple's kind of trick to just make them charge and use a lot of cycles and just make the battery bad and just switch to another smartphone. So these are some of the tricks. So we'll just getting out from the topic, and now let's get into another thing. So this feature is called new transit feature. So this is not a pretty big feature, so this is not a huge important thing. So new transit feature, so I'm just not going to explain about it, but these are the features on the maps application. So yeah, I really like it. Just finish the video, and yeah, I can understand, but two more applications, so two more features, as you may know. Now the weather app is being slightly changed with more widgets and animated background. So if you're like having a rainy day, so it just animates you like it is a rainy day, so it just shows the Celsius or Fahrenheit and just animate the background, which is actually looks prettier than the normal stock footage. I'll just really like it. So Apple, you're just doing a great job on these kind of small touches to make that user friendly and user more imagining. How do I just describe it? It's just so great. That is the, what should I just name it? Great, immersive, excellent. That's a pretty great thing. But this is mainly to attract the Android users to switch to the iOS platform or iPadOS and something like that, to the Apple ecosystem. So these are the tricks. That's why the iOS 15 is existing. Even the iOS 14 also existed because of this kind of tricks that Apple is attempting to make Android users or Linux users, who will use Linux, but those kind of users to switch to iOS or Apple ecosystem. So this is pretty not terrible, but yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. I just don't know. For whoever does have a lot of home screens, so yeah, you like using Instagram a lot of times, so you just don't need to search it or just swipe through and just search for the app. Now you can just clone the app from the app library. So let's say if you have a Instagram app at the first home screen and you just add the 7th home screen, so you just bought to search and just bought to swipe through the first page, and now you can just open app library and just drag that Instagram app and just clone it. Now you can just have each and every app, or so which app you're just using oftenly, and it's pretty great. And thanks Apple for this little bit of touches. And yeah, either way, that's been it. Catch you guys in the next one.